certainly community consultation falls a bit short, in my view, in this document.
The first capital to Rankin saying a few words.
We're here today to write some resolutions. Hopefully these will go to various government organisations, CORP, because I believe that they're very much involved in this, the railways and of course council.
You're going to have a dump up the far end of Carrington, and you're going to have a conveyor taking it along and then a right angle across to Lott Street in front of the historic pump house.
Exactly.
And another dumper there, and then a riser to take it up to a loading point.
This was unloading genetically modified grain. There are open holds, the grab's being used. Obviously, while this was happening, there was a southerly blowing. So who copped the southerly? We did. And all the associated grain. They have obsolete chutes down at to load. There's 4 of them down here. Everyone can see what happens when there is loading. There's like an artificial snowstorm.
We need environmental or chemical engineers who have expertise in air quality to fight on our behalf when we fight GrainCorp, because it looks to me like their figures are crap. They have got some data in there for the PM10 at 99%, 97, 95 and 90. And if it drops by only 2% absolute from 99 to 97%, a whole lot of residents down the end of Howden Street, Burke Street, all the ones on that sort of eastern and southern side will be affected by PM10 to a level that will degrade their health. So you may get your children may get lung cancer in the future, or you may have asthma problems if you're an asthmatic already. They did a bunch of data with the dust collection systems to see how good they would have to be in order to meet the EPA requirement. And they found that unless it's 99% effective, they can't meet the EPA requirement for pollution. If you have a look at it, it's almost impossible for it to do that. And they say themselves in the document that anywhere from 90% to 99% is reasonable to be able to meet. Now, if 90% is reasonable, how the heck are they going to guarantee 99%? Right? The answer is probably they're not. Figures that you see in it, they could be up to 3 times higher. And that's not just the air pollution, that's the noise emission as well. So when you look at the noise emission data, be thinking in your head it's actually probably going to be up to 3 times more than this if they get the throughput they're expecting to get from these improvements in their system.
Certainly in this EIS, the community are probably at the end of the track.
When we go to Naru, we're not just going on our own, we're going on behalf of all of you, all the people from across Australia and from across the world. People ask me, why are we doing this journey? It's very, very simple. We're going there to give them hope. Last year, when the hunger strikers went out for 29 days, over 45 people risking their lives, they did it because they were despondent and they were despairing. And they were saying we have no hope. And so our first and foremost priority is to give the people of Naru hope. The second thing is to highlight their plight. We want them to know that we do remember them. We want them to know that we're not all like John Howard, because his conscience is gone. How can any human being with a conscience allow children to be incarcerated in a desert concentration camp? And we want everybody around the world to know that not all Australians are represented by this creature. That people in Australia have compassion, they have love, and we have hope. And the beautiful thing about this project is already it's a great success. They know we're coming and they already have hope. And not only do they have hope, the rest of the people across Australia, the people who have got some heart, have hope that something can be done. And so I want you all to know that we are not going on our own. We are carrying all of your wishes, all of your hopes with us. And for those who have signed those flags of hope, we will carry them with them so we could actually give them to the refugees there. So I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. I feel absolutely overwhelmed by the fact that Newcastle City Council has endorsed our Flotillas of Hope, and it's also a welcome town. And Newcastle is sending a message to the rest of the world that this city has compassion and humane people. So I'm very, very proud of you, and I feel very honoured that we are carrying this message of hope to the Nauruans from all of you, Nauruans and the refugees.
Hi, I've come over from London to support this project, and we heard in England about the people in Naru sewing up their lips on hunger strike, about the children being incarcerated, about this so-called Pacific solution, and we were horrified as much as you are. And we think it's wonderful you've got together this project to go across to give them hope and love. And I feel very emotional today. I'm very privileged and pleased to be here amongst all you beautiful, wonderful people. And just feeling a sense of solidarity of what we're all doing against people like Howard, like Bush, what Blair's doing. And we're all in this together. So I feel very privileged to be here. Lance is a wonderful skipper, and Ruth is our sailing guru, and it's such a wonderful crew. I know it's going to be a great time, whatever happens on the waves, whatever happens when we get to Naru, we're going to give them hope and take our message of love to them. So thank you very much.
I'm the skipper, Lance Gowan, and example, earlier in my life was during the Second World War, when I was just a child, but I saw an old lady crying outside the house, and I went out. I asked her what was wrong, and she wouldn't answer me. And I went in and I said, "Oh, Mum and Dad, there's a lady crying outside." And she came in, and she had lost a son. And there are people crying outside our houses. They are refugees, and they're locked up. Some of us care. People like us, people like yesterday in Sydney. I think we can change things, the people who care. I believe that. Another sort of thought that links me from the past to today was in an Arab village that I walked through some years ago. Children spontaneously gave me handfuls of flowers, and at the end of the village I had, my arms were full with flowers. And today you are giving us flags, pennants to take to the people who are incarcerated in Nauru, and I see that as a very similar sort of gesture, not flowers but pennants, but the same feeling of caring and sharing and welcoming.
In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. By the forenoon after sunrise, by the night when it darkens and stands still, your Lord, O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, has neither forsaken you nor hates you, and indeed the hereafter is better for you than the present life of this world. And verily your Lord will give you all good, so that you shall be well pleased. Did he not find you, O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, an orphan and gave you a refuge? And he found you unaware of the Quran, its laws and the prophethood, and guided you. And he found you poor and made you rich, self-sufficient with self-contentment. Therefore, treat not the orphan with oppression, and repulse not the beggar, and proclaim the grace of your Lord, the prophethood, and all other graces.
It almost feels superfluous to offer these blessings, because people of goodwill everywhere offer you their blessings, because you champion something which brings us together and defines who we all are. I see the Eureka over there is already bedecked with many spiritual symbols. I notice amongst a couple of those are a couple of Buddhist symbols that have been gifted. And in the centre of one of the flags is a symbol known as the endless knot. Now, the endless knot symbolises the interconnection, the interrelatedness, which enables us to be who we are together. And the thread of that endless knot is compassion. Compassion and wisdom are the basic reality. And the more we stray from that, the more unwise and the more hard-hearted and confused we become. The Eureka is a vessel of the Mahayana, the great vessel, taking us to the other shore, where compassion can come home to us all, beyond all the fear and the falsehood. So please, join with me and wish these brave people a safe journey and hope to all in fulfilment of our aspirations and in fulfilment of those who suffer so needlessly on the other shore.
I'm sure that I can say I speak on behalf of all Christian people and others of faith who are here to support what we see as a venture that is a pure enactment of the gospel as taught to us by Jesus Christ. And so it is in that spirit that I would like to offer a blessing. If you wish to pray with me, please do that. Divine Spirit, we ask for your special care and your protection on those who sail to Naru in the Flotilla of Hope. We pray that you would speed them with fair winds of hope and compassion. We pray that by your Spirit the gates that might be shut to them will be open. But whether or not that is the case, that those who wait at the other end for signs that they are not forgotten will know that they are remembered and will receive the gifts, both material and spiritual, that are offered. And so to those who sail today and to those who will be joining with them, we say, go in peace, and may the peace of God go with you.
A couple of weeks ago at a fundraiser, Steve talked passionately and so beautifully about this whole trip, and he told us a story about a teddy bear flag that was going to be hoisted on the Eureka, and it's on there at the moment. Some of you might have signed another one today, and it's about teddy bear power, about hope and compassion and love going up to Naru. And just to signify that, here we have an Australian teddy bear with freedom in Farsi attached to. So I hope you'll take this mascot and play with him and look to him.
Welcome you with open arms. Say we're glad you're safe and lost. Some with privilege don't want to give. They just see you as a threat. Can't they see your people in need? And we are all the one kind. Don't they know no borders exist except the ones inside their minds? Their narrow minds. Okay, this is the chorus. Hope, we bring you hope. In the dark of your despair, we still care for you, and we're here to let you know we're here. And we won't let the world forget about you. Been imprisoned without a trial, though you haven't committed a crime. In a society that dares to call itself free, hidden from the public eye, isolated islands just a razor wire. Aussie government's got you under lock and key. They just see you as a threat. Can't they see that all you seek is a new and safe start? Don't they know no borders exist except the ones inside their hearts? Their blackened hearts. This is the chorus again. Hope, we bring you hope. In the dark of your despair, we still care for you, and we're here to let you know we're here. And we won't let the world forget about you. across the sea in tiny boats. We've come to bring you a flicker of hope. Let the shining light guide you. May your families rejoin as one. May your children laugh and run on. Kites are flying in the sky above you. Hope, we bring you hope. In the dark of your despair, we still care for you, and we're here to let you know we're here. And we won't let the world forget about you. Hope, we bring you hope. In the dark of your despair, we still care for you, and we're here to let you know we're here. And we won't let the world forget about you. Oh, 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 oh. We bring you hope. Oh, 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 we bring you home.
Force and drivers to do excessive hours, take risks that they shouldn't have to take, all at the end to make a living for themselves and their families. In Newcastle here, the rates have been stagnant for, they was getting the same rates in 1990 as what's on offer today. The guys in the last couple of months have put together a proposal, put it to toll with a view of sitting down and negotiating some safe, sustainable rates. Toll's basically come back and said they're not interested in talking to the guys, and you know, the guys have made a decision today that it's imperative that rate issues are addressed, and they've got no other option but to withdraw their labour from Toll today. Well, what we can do about it is what we're doing now, is the support of the men on the ground, saying what John Eoward's proposing is unfair, it's not right, it wasn't explained during the election. You know, all these guys want to do is be able to take care of their families and bring in a wage that allows them to do that.
So, like, there was supposed to be a meeting at Trades Hall on Sunday about the whole IR, industrial relations thing at council, because they said no one was interested. So, how does your union stand in terms of that?
We're very interested in what's going on with industrial relations. We have a lot of members that it could potentially affect. I mean, we're unclear of exactly what John Eoward's going to bring out. He's got a number of bills in front of the waiting to be rolled out. I mean, we need to wait and see what he's going to actually propose. We're certainly getting around and letting our members know what we're anticipating he's going to try to bring in. We're very involved.
So what about Trades Hall? Are they involved, here locally?
I believe Trades Hall would be involved. I mean, they're certainly got a lot of members that it's going to affect. And it's just a matter of educating our members as to what potentially could be rolled out and informing them how it's going to affect them and how we can voice our opinion and oppose it.
Okay, so what do they think? Have they got anything to say?
Oh, they're concerned. I mean, look, without the industrial relations reforms that Howard's proposing, we've got enough concerns now. I mean, and this is under the current regime. So,
what's the upshot of it when it happens? If it happens, we can't beat them.
Rubbish. course we can try to minimise any damage. I mean, certainly he's got legislation on his side, but I mean, the working man represents a big component of Australia, and I mean, they need to be educated. I don't believe they have been educated. It certainly wasn't explained during the election, and it's our job to educate our members as to what and how it's going to impact on them and their families.
What do you think about Martin Clingham down in Melbourne, who said, like, my job as a trade unionist is to break the law? He says, we've been to court over 160 cases or something, so we won every one of them.
I mean, we want to operate within the law. I mean, we've endeavoured to follow every avenue available before this. I mean, the first thing is sitting down and negotiating. And I mean, Toll's quite clearly indicated to us that they've got no interest in sitting down with representations from these gentlemen and ladies and talking about the concerns with the rates.
What about Craig Johnston that's in jail in Victoria, and the trade union movement aren't supporting him to get him out because he's too far to the left?
No, what they're not supporting is illegal activity that he was involved in. I mean, you know, we're responsible members of the community, and we don't certainly condone illegal activity.
And if you can't win any other way?
Mate, we'll address the issues as they rise.
Yeah. You think we've got time to beat them? And that's only 2 or 3 months, isn't it, before they do it?
Well, that's when the Senate sits again in July. I mean, again, we've just got to see what he's proposing and be directed by the members. I mean, you know, there's avenues available to us. We've just got to sit back and wait and see exactly what he puts out and take it from there.
So you guys got good membership involvement in the union?
Yes, we have.
You think all the unions are in that situation? Got that strength?
Well, we're soon going to see. I mean, it's very important that I think, unfortunately, a lot of the workers aren't aware of it, how potentially dangerous this new legislation is. So I think leading up to it, the most important thing is to get around and educate the people as to how it's going to affect them.
Are you working with other unions to make that happen in Newcastle?
Well, the ACTU is very much involved, so yeah, all unions have got a concern. So of course they'll be, through the ACTU, we'll be working together.
Yeah, but what about the local unions here? You talk to them and...
Yeah.